Hey, welcome to MadMax review of the new imalent DM21 and the holster from imalent, the HMD10, which is a 3-in-1 power bank, battery charging, flashlight holding holster. So there are some very good reviews already made about that light and the holster, giving you lots of numbers and nice shots and very nice jokes and so on. So I tried to give you the differences between the first version imalent was sending out to the reviewers and the second version, which has been improved in some points. In some points I'm not very happy what imalent did. So I tried to show you, we play a little bit with the lights and you see at the end if you like or if you don't. Okay, let's start with the holster. The imalent HMD10 is a 3-in-1 holster which has a built-in power bank feature. So you have a USB-B port to charge the battery, which is I think 5000 milliampere hours. Then there is a USB connector for charging your mobile phone, your digital camera. You can also charge in that bay a 18650 cell, and for sure it can hold a flashlight. For start, you have to know, when imalent chose me as a reviewer, they asked me not to show any pictures of electronics or the insides of the product. So I was okay with that because I can tell you what I have seen. And true is, I opened the first version I got and I found things that I did not like because I have safety concerns. I was talking to imalent and they repaired that. In the new version, the issues I found has been resolved. So I'm very glad to tell you they did hear what the reviewers were telling them and tried and did fix it. What the other reviewers were telling also is that the flashlight was not very fixed in there, it was rattling. So imalent tried a cheap way. They used 2 plastic screws to reduce the inner diameter, and when you use the flashlight, clamp it in, it doesn't rattle anymore. That's nice, but if you see, it sits here on the head of the screws and it's tied here where these 2 noses are holding the flashlight, but I'm not very sure how long that will last. That it's not very high sophisticated, and in the old version you could slip in the light from above. That doesn't work here also, so that option is gone, so you have to struggle it in and do it like that. And having to do it that very often, you see there is black powder. No, you can't see. You have to believe me, but you can see here. Yes, it's not only scratches. The whole thing comes apart, and my playing around for it didn't do that for longer than 5 minutes in summed up. If I imagine someone does that in his job a few times every night for a year or something, so sooner or later, or maybe sooner, that noses will be gone and the light starts to flip out. And how to charge the battery? You have to open it, slip it in, clamp your fingers, and then you can close. Let's try to get in focus. Yeah, if you hit that button once, you see the status. Red blinking means the internal battery is empty because I played with it, and you have seen the 3 lights here. The 18650 cell is full. If you want to charge it, you have to tap twice twice, yeah, and then it starts to charge when there is some energy in the power pack. But every time if you move it a little bit or come close to that switch that's very nervous, it interrupts the charging or blinks into something. So I'm not very keen with that also. So, well, good idea, really. I like this, easy to open, just hook it on the belt, lock it, and you're good to go. But it's maybe version 2 will do what I want. And also the texture here, it's like silky, but it attracts scratches very easily, and I'm afraid that matte look will go very fast, and it looks like you see, shiny plastic. That's just with my fingernails. So yeah, okay, let's have a look on the lights. Okay, let's look at the flashlight. The imalent DM21 is a tube-shaped flashlight, which is very nice to hold. Has here some kind of anti-roll feature, but it's not very anti-rollish. It has a smooth reflector. The glass lens is anti-reflective coated. Here in the housing sits an Cree XML2 LED, and the build quality is very high. I like the anodization, I like how the threads are cut. Let's open it fast. You see it's a rectangular shaped cut. It's very well looped. Here in the head you see just a contact board. There's no electronics in there, or I think no electronics, because I didn't crack it open until now, because I wanted to show you a working unit. The nice thing is are in here. All the magic is done in the tail cap. It has an USB charging port, which is not very new. You can open the flap only from one side. Don't try from the right side, because you tear it off and then it's broken. You have a micro USB port in here. The new concept is dimming with that wheel. You see it's less than half a turn from minimum to maximum. It's I believe an analog resistor, so you can choose any value before, then switch it on, and it starts in that level you dialed in. What you also can see, there is no mechanical clicky switch. There is some kind of soft touch electronic switch, which works nearly without touching it even. So let's build it together and play a little bit with it. Okay, let's play with the lights. I marked the older version with that red tape, and let us see where are the difference or what they do have in common, like fasting the tail cap gives you 2 blinks for the battery is installed correctly, and then 2 taps, double tap gives you a green light, which is called a power indicator, which indicates the remaining battery, but it's just green, so there is no indication of the level of the charge in the cell. Also, you have seen it's very easy to accidentally switch on the light, because when you tap it anywhere it goes on. Also, when you tap it on a metal surface or you let it rest there goes the strobe. So that was a problem in version 1. So the built-in electronically lockout in version 2 which is activated by three taps. So you see one tap brings the light on. 1, 2, 3. It starts for some 20 seconds or something, and now you see I can't activate it. Only 1, 2, 3 brings it back to life. There is a strobe you have seen here. Just hold it, strobe goes on, leave it, strobe goes off. Hold it here, gives you another nasty strobe, and the strobe stays. You have to tap again. So there is, I think, a bigger risk of having permanent strobe in your pocket when the light goes on and stays on, and that's not good. So you always have to either do the electronic lockout or just open the screw threads a little bit. Another big problem was, beside having problems to see when you look in on the TV screen and want to operate in front of the camera, the brightness. The low was too high on the old version. So when you both are on high now, when I dial down the old one, which you see here, the old one, and now I dial down the new one, they used PWM to lower the low. So staying on the same level, it works like without the PWM or a fast PWM maybe, but when you go below that, you see it's less bright, but it's more PWM, and you also one is also able to hear that. So that's it for now. I give more information, as I told you, in a written form. Hope you liked it, and see you next time. Bye.